We have some breaking news. And breaking news on 105 through the Fan is presented by BetQL. Smarter bets start with BetQL. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today. We've got an extension.
No one's dying.
We have extension news. It is not Dak Prescott, though.
Is it the guy who just talked?
The Mavericks have signed Jason Kidd to a multi-year contract extension. The team announced today. Dallas Mavericks governor, Patrick Dumont, said, "We are excited to have Coach Kidd continue to lead our team throughout the coming years. With this well-earned contract extension, Kidd led our team to 2 playoff appearances in 3 seasons, and we're looking forward to his leadership and continuing to build and grow this already great franchise."
So Jason Kidd getting the contract extension to stay on as Mavs coach.
Are you surprised?
The game, no.
Deserving? Because, I mean, did we think losing this series he was in jeopardy of getting fired?
That's a good question.
And what was he? Was this going to be the determining factor? Hey, you win the series, you get an extension, you lose, you're out.
Okay, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Kyrie and his relationship with Kidd, like, how much does that play into it? If Kyrie's like, dude, you're going to lose me. Because I do think Jason Kidd does play a major role in Kyrie's attitude here.
Yeah, I think that he's... Man, there was and I understand it can all be out of context, but did you see that viral video over the weekend of people showing clips of Kyrie just looking demoralized in Brooklyn and Cleveland and Boston, and then it like cuts to him in Dallas, and he's like
happy,
smiling and he's hugging people, and I this has been my theory the entire time with Kyrie. Like, whenever we've seen like the way he's progressing, I think that he is such an idealistic individual that I think it almost matters to him more that he's been embraced as the leader than as the number one option. Like, to me, I think if you told him he can be the one but not the leader, or he can be the 2 and he can be the guy that everybody looks to on the team as like their rock and their emotional core, I think he'd take being the number 2 and the leader.
I think being a leader is a massive...
I think it matters to him.
It's an ego boost. I think it really is. When people look to you as like the authority figure, it's like,
if he feels like he's been so misunderstood and so demonized, and if that's the way that he's felt about things, to go from that to, no, we're going to make you the guy that we make young players look to, then he would, I'm sure that's something that has made an easy transition. And part of that goes to credit to Jason Kidd for empowering him to be that and letting him be that voice and that kind of guy that they look to. So, I mean, in that sense, he's been a big part of Kyrie. I've been a big Jason Kidd critic, but he's been a big part of Kyrie being stable here. We all obviously have heard about how much he idolized Jason Kidd growing up. And I mean, honestly, he's done a good job with the defensive rotations and the minutes rotations outside of when he puts Tim Hardaway Jr. in there. He's done a good job with the minutes rotation that I think has kept guys fresh and is part of the reason why they're so good defensively, specifically in the second half of games.
Well, look, how much of a parallel is there between Kidd and Kyrie? Like, Kidd was the leader of every team he played on for the most part. Like, now, even in 2011, he wasn't necessarily the...
Ask Tony Braxton.
I think a lot of the players in 2011 had a mad respect for Jason Kidd. Now, he was like the 3rd option at best, 4th option. Even in Jersey, though, when he was the best player on the team, he wasn't always the leading scorer. I mean, it was Kerry Kittles or Kenyon Martin,
Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, they were guys that were maybe taking the last shot. But Kidd was absolutely the leader of that team. And Kyrie is in a similar situation here. He may not be the number 1 option, but he certainly is the leader.
This is a little interesting, and I don't know what stipulations would prevent it from happening. But 425 asking, could the extension also be partly to keep the Lakers from trying to go get Jason Kidd?
Sure.
Because we know LeBron loves Jason Kidd.
Why not?
And I mean, if the Lakers are trying to keep LeBron in place, which Brian Windhorst, I know, last week said that he believes LeBron's opting out. And Windhorst generally has got a good beat on LeBron. So he believes that LeBron is.
He may opt out to resign, though.
Yeah, could be, but he does believe that LeBron opts out, and that ultimately there's a real opportunity that he could leave there. So if the Lakers believe that's a real concern, you say, okay, well let's do what we can. So I mean, that may have been it. You put the pressure on the Mavericks to handle Jason Kidd.